Hi, everyone. This is Tree Malat, the creator of this Facebook group, Coming Home to Your Heart. And I'm coming on today to wish you happy Sunday, happy Halloween. And for those of you who observe this day as Samhain, I wish you a blessed Samhain as well. Wanted to come on today just to think out loud about something with you. And that is, one of the things that does occur around this time of year is that we begin to talk about our loved ones, our friends who have passed on. And we talk about the veil being very thin around this time of year between this side and the other side. And, I'm thinking about that today in particular with both of my parents who are now passed over. And I was recognizing today as I was thinking about this that this really today really begins a holiday season for me that is the first holiday season of my life that I don't have both of my parents here. And it's a very odd and strange feeling to get used to. My father passed away earlier this year, very suddenly, and I've spent a good bit of this year just grieving and getting used to how that feels for me. My mom passed away a few years ago, and so today I'm sitting here and I am spending the day with them, very present to me, very much on my mind, very, very close to me. And I'm grateful for that. My actual relationship with both of my parents when they were here on earth was not very positive, actually. We had a lot of tension between us. There was a lot of struggle to communicate. And a lot of that went back to my experiences with them as a child, which um, were not positive in many ways. There was quite a lot of abuse in our home. And it took me many, many, many years of working on that to heal from the trauma I had from that. So I would say that my relationship with them while they were living was very strained and difficult, to say the least. Um, since they've passed, and especially this year, one of the things that I have learned is how very close they still are in proximity to me. Um, they have come through in different ways this year, communicating with me in ways that have actually been comforting for me. And I tell people this, and a lot of people don't know what to make of it, but I do believe and am experiencing that my relationship with both of my parents now, since they both crossed over, is more positive than it's ever been. And I actually feel like I am developing that relationship with them now that was not possible when they were living. And, I can get caught up sometimes in regret about that and feeling like, I wish I'd had this. Why could I not have had this, right? When they were still living. But I also understand why that wasn't possible. They both were very wounded people. And while they did their best and their best fell short a good bit of the time with me in particular, the reality is they were very wounded people. And what I know today is that in their heart of hearts, they did love me. And in their heart of hearts, they wish they could have done better by me. And they feel a lot of their own regret about that. One of the things I'm also clear about is that the more I spend my time and energy engaged in my own healing work, my personal healing work as it comes up for me, whether that's with grief or, my history with trauma or whatever it is that comes up for my attention today, the more I give my time and attention to that healing, the more it impacts not just my life, but it's impacting their experience as well. They are continuing to experience their own healing as they are on the other side now. And my work impacts that for the better for them. It supports them as they are trying to offer support to me. So it's very much a reciprocal relationship that we have. I also know that engaging in my own healing work benefits the rest of my family members who are still here. In particular, I'm seeing it in my brother's kids, that some positive things are starting to happen and become possible in their life that I can trace in part to some of the healing work that I've been engaged in myself. So, that idea that when we engage in our own healing work, we impact the generations prior to us and in front of us is very true. And so I offer that to you today. If you are someone who is struggling with grief over people who have passed, wanting to have done more for them, perhaps having any regrets about that, just because they are on the other side doesn't mean that you still can't have impact for them in a positive way and develop a connection with them in a way that may be even better than what you've experienced when they were living. It kind of reminds me, one of the things that my parents didn't get, and one of the things I didn't get from them, was really true, effective, loving parenting. They didn't get it. So it was very difficult for them to give it to me because they never had that modeled for them. And one part of my healing work that I have done for myself and am continuing to do for myself is stepping into the role of parent for myself, being my own best mom, my own best dad, finding out what that means, and really embracing the truth that of all the people on the planet who may love me, care about me, even my own parents who brought me into this world, I am still the best person to give to myself the things I truly need in exactly the way I need them. In fact, I'm the only person who can possibly really, truly do that. And the more I've been able to work with that, the more healing that I've experienced. So if this resonates with you at all, if you're at a place where you would like to know more about how that comes about, how you can do that, I'd love for you to reach out to me and let's talk about it. But for today, I want to let you know that this is possible, and it is possible to have these experiences where we can connect with those that have gone before us in ways that are healthy and healing and uplifting for all the souls involved. And so I think I will leave that with you for today, and wishing you again a beautiful day wherever you are and whatever's going on. If you are in deep grief today over a recent loss or a loss that seems to just be sticking with you, I offer you deep compassion for that and my hand to companion you along the way if I can be of service to you in that as well. You aren't alone, and grief itself can feel very heavy, and it also can yield some beautiful gifts and some beautiful breakthroughs if we allow that to happen. So I wish you a blessed day, and I'll be back again this week with some other thoughts. Take care.